Have you just ever went outside on a beautiful sunny day? It's not too hot, it's a bit of a nice breeze, everything is just smooth and relaxing, and then all of a sudden you just feel a bit of a kabloof, a kaspoof, a kablam, and you walk through a spider web, and then all of a sudden you're just sweating, you're drenched in immense fear, terror, hoping that this eight-legged freak from another planet is not crawling on you. In a way, that kind of sums up the latest news cycle for WWE 2K26, because we have some things to be excited over, and not a huge red flag or huge red alarm, but one slight thing for some people that's just gonna make you kind of go like, maybe the future isn't too bright. But just like always, man, timestamps in the description below. We're just gonna go ahead and jump into it. The first thing that I want to knock out is we have a bit of good news. Matt Hardy has recently been posting his screenshots, well, not screenshots, he's been posting photographs from his mocap session with 2K, because as you know, the Hardy Boys are coming back. They're making their glorious return to WWE 2K in WWE 2K26 this summer. And so Matt, over the last week, I've seen him post about it twice. He's posted the whole, when they sit down and they take all of the different photos from them in the room or whatever. He's posted about it twice. And he hasn't posted anything about it with Jeff. I don't think Jeff has posted anything about it as well. But what I'm curious about is, since 2K is taking the time to, go ahead and update their models again, I'm wondering, will they do a full update of their moveset? Because as a lot of you may know, Jeff Hardy has a new submission move, which I say new, but at this point he's been doing it for a couple of months now, so I don't know if we could still call it new or not. But he's been doing a submission move, and he calls it the Spinal Destination. I'm wondering, would they even consider putting it in the game? Because it's like, man, if you're going to take the time to update these guys, you're going to update their character models, you at the very least could update their moves. And since with the way they're doing with the ringside pass, and how they're doing like 1, 2, or 3 new moves that are in the ringside pass per season, I'm curious if the Spinal Destination would be in that. But at the same time, since they've updated how the ringside pass model will work, and you get the DLC guys on the first tier, I'm curious that would they still do it that way? Or maybe if they were to do that, the Spinal Destination would be like tier 1 as well. I don't know, but I'm hoping that at the very least they will consider it, and that they'll actually go through with it. But I guess we'll just find out in a couple of months. Then the second thing I want to talk about is the Nintendo Switch. Shout out to Smack Talks. The Nintendo Switch 2 owners, they have access to a Switch 2 platform exclusive paint tool. I don't know why this isn't available to all platforms. When it comes to the Switch 2 with WWE 2K26, they have quite a few platform exclusive things. I'm honestly curious that 2K isn't taking advantage of a whole platform exclusivity in general. Like, I don't know, for PlayStation we could get a blue dodgeball weapon, Xbox could get a green dodgeball, just some. I know that isn't the best idea. Then again, I'm not brainstorming, that's just something off of the top of my head. But yeah, Smack Talks posted the paint tool. He said it reminds him of the older classic ones that they used to have in the games before the whole image uploader. I'm honestly curious if 2K would ever consider putting this on PC and PS5 and Series X and S. Maybe in a future update, maybe they're using the Switch 2 users as a way to test it out. I mean, who knows? It's 2K. Knowing them, they'll probably bring it back in 2K27. And since we're still talking about the Nintendo Switch 2 and its users, shout out to Cloud Wrestling, because Cloud Wrestling, he's giving us some huge news. So the Nintendo Switch 2 site, I'm guessing he's referring to the eShop, they have posted the WWE 2K26 Wrestlemania 42 pack release date. I don't know if it's a placeholder. I would just assume this is going to be the legitimate date, but the date that they're giving is June 1st, 2026. And Cloud said that if this is legit, if it's true, then this is going to be one of the fastest DLC turnarounds we've seen. So, I mean, I don't really know. I don't know if they've done this before with the Nintendo shop, because I know sometimes with stuff on Nintendo and with specifically this game, like how we seen with the patches this year, sometimes it'll come at a later date. So I'm not sure if this is going to be the guaranteed day for all platforms, or if this is like a quote unquote later date for the Switch 2 and its users. I could only assume that it's going to be the release date for everyone. But again, it's 2K. You never really know, especially with the Switch 2. You just gotta wait to see. But as it stands, the WrestleMania 42 pack will be dropping on June 1st, 2026. And at the moment, there's a lot of speculation over who's gonna be in it. We've seen on Twitter when Paige came back at the I was gonna say when she came back at the Royal Rumble. When Paige came back at WrestleMania, a lot of the 2K devs were on Twitter retweeting it and doing stuff like giving the eyeball emojis. And I'm pretty sure Status did a data mine or whatever, and he saw that Paige was in the files. So maybe Paige is going to be one of the WrestleMania 42 pack characters, or maybe they'll do like they did with Goldberg and Nikki Bella last year, and she will be purchasable through the island. Again, man, with 2K being 2K, you never really know what to expect. Expect the unexpected, but I don't really know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But if we're going to get more characters into the game who, aren't on the base roster right now, I'll take it. But guess we'll find out in a couple of months. Last but certainly not least, the final thing that I do want to discuss in this video, and what I said might be a bit of a red flag to a lot of people, is, just for a bit of context, I've been really doing a deep dive lately, playing a lot of the Resident Evil games lately, which, by the way, I will be streaming them this weekend, this Sunday on Twitch. So one of the things that I've been doing is just, pretty much interacting with Resident Evil fan base on Twitter, and I accidentally stumbled upon a tweet. It was a tweet bragging about how Resident Evil 9 Requiem is pretty much the best-selling game of 2026 so far, and I saw the games on the list. Keep in mind, I think RE9 has sold like 5 million copies this year. Do you know what was the other top 3 games on that list? MLB The Show 26 at number 2, and WWE 2K26 at number 3. And I know you're probably asking, like, why is that a bad thing? Well, look at it from this perspective. WWE 2K26 is the first game in the series to introduce the ringside pass. It's the first game in the series to pretty much get rid of being able to unlock stuff while you're offline, or just, in a single player mode, not connected to internet or whatnot, like if your internet went out or whatever, or PSN or Xbox Live was down. And it's just so many different things in this game that, are just greedy and scummy live service slot practices. And so for WWE 2K26 to be this huge of a financial success, that's got to be a hell of a thing to the people who don't really care about consumers, like, the shareholders and whatnot. And that is where we have to look at it from the perspective of the future might not be looking too good for this game, for this franchise, because remember, the only games that have outsold it, MLB The Show 26 and Resident Evil 9, which is currently a front runner for Game of the Year. If, especially as a sports game, the only 2 things that beat you was, 1, another sport, and 2, one of the most longest tenured, one of the most popular IPs that's a Game of the Year contender. If those are the only 2 games that have beaten you so far this year, what do you think that's going to tell the shareholders? Ooh, they're going to pay money for this stuff. Oh yeah, keep doing it. And that's where it's kind of got me concerned, because like I've said all year long, at its fundamental core, I really do like WWE 2K26. And I know for some of you, that's going to be shocking to hear, like, what all you do is complain about this game. There's a lot of things I think this game does well. There's a lot of things I think WWE 2K26 does better than a lot of great wrestling games. There's a lot of things that this game does that makes you go like, damn. I can't even think of the specific name, but the system in it that they added this year, where you can do pre-match interactions. I was going to say iterations. Pre-match interactions. How you can do post-match interviews in universe mode now. How we have an actual draft in universe mode, and you see the whole cutscene of the GMs and stuff coming out. It's so many different things. We have thumbtacks into the game now. The way the tire system works, where you can do a move and just completely collapsed, which, you know, it's not a new feature, but they kind of have updated it. Trading blows, which I know they introduced in 24, but you know, you get the point. In a lot of ways, this game is a complete package. The continued refinement of chain wrestling, the way that they updated it, you can do promo attires in universe mode. The champions will bring the title when they do promos. The way you can do impromptu championship matches from promos now. This game does so much right. The patch with the other day, patch I think what 1.07, where they added the wear and tear system, or was that 1.08? And so I think this game does a lot right. But the things that it does wrong with these scummy business practices, like I just made a video the other day talking about how cover stars are locked behind my faction paywalls. For them to have introduced those types of systems into the game, and the game still sold dead well. At the current moment in time, I can't find any specific number of sales, but Google, the estimate that it's giving is like 600,000. So it's like the game is, by all accounts, is a financial success. And so that kind of just makes me wonder, how far are they going to go with these microtransactions now? But, you know, maybe there's just me being crazy. Maybe there's just fear mongering. I don't know. But, man, let me know your thoughts down in the comment section below on everything involved that I discussed today. But especially about the whole, what do you think the future of this franchise is? I'm kind of nervous. But this your first time stopping by the channel, go ahead and stretch that leg out. I want you to get ready to hit that like button with a super kick. Then I want you to pick up that subscribe button. And you know what? Since John Cena hosted Wrestlemania last week, I want you to pick up that subscribe button, and I want you to hit it with an attitude adjustment. Take it down through the mat. But either way, man, your boy getting ready to sign out. Take it easy.